Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. Or perhaps you're listening to the Open Hearth All In actual play feed. And if so, I've just recently found that our levels aren't balanced the way that it is on the Zoom recording, that the YouTube version and also the audio version aren't leveled. And I'm not sure how to fix that. So I apologize. I hope it's not too bothersome. Also, we are playing over Zoom with video and voice, which means that sometimes I'm showing pictures. I will tell you that there is definitely a picture I'll be showing soon to build anticipation. And I will try to describe it for the audio only folks. It is Saturday as we begin this recording. Therefore, it is time for Star Wars Saturdays. We are in the winter phase. We have two sessions left, counting this one of our quarterly, meaning we played it for 3 months, of Apocalypse World 3rd Edition. Apocalypse World 3rd Edition doesn't exist, you may say. You're right. There was a Kickstarter that concluded in December of 2025. McGay and Vincent Baker released preview materials with the playbooks and the moves as they stood in development at that time, which means things may change before the game is officially released. We are using preview materials and loving it. Third edition has been a really strong game, and I can't believe it came from Burned Over because it is way, way better. They definitely fixed. It was almost like the second season of Ghost in the Shell standalone complex where I went, I liked Git's first season, but you need to fix these things. And they did those things exactly. And I'm like, wow, that's how did you read my mind, folks who made the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex series? I don't even speak Japanese, but thank you. I don't know if McGay and Vincent Baker speak Japanese, but thank you for giving us this game. Set in Star Wars this year, I'm running games set in the Clone Wars era. This is on the planet of Saleucami. I'm saying it that way because it was on the Clone Wars animated series, although it was pronounced two different ways in the Clone Wars series. But one person had a very strict Imperial style British accent, so I think his pronunciation isn't canon. Who even knows what canon is? Saleucami is a planet under the control of the Techno Union, sometimes called the Trade Union, but is the Techno Union. They are part of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. They created a lot of droids for the Clone Wars, and they actually have a very powerful factory here on Sarnak, which is the town or small city where this game is set. This city is, for lack of a better term, a feral city. The government has fallen. There are only pockets of protection gangs and other folks who try to run most of the city. And then the western section of Sarnak is under the control of the Techno Union. The droid factory must continue with all of their manufacturing because the war engine must continue to churn on. And our folks, our playbooks, our survivors, they are trying to make things work. We're still dealing with the aftermath of a huge off screen because we kind of left it at the end and had a conversation post game. Huge off screen titanic change where a bunch of folks were in a building that blew up and their lives became untenable. And Greg has returned, so we get to deal with the what's happening with his character. So that is all that's on the table with two sessions left. We have a lot to get to, and let's go around the horn and have folks introduce themselves and remind us of the characters they're playing. Then we have some HX questions to take care of before we jump right into play. Let's start from the far right hand side of the character keeper. Nadesh, if you could do me the favor of introducing yourself and telling us about your character, please.
Yeah, switching to the right-hand side of the character keeper pays off. I get to go first. Yeah, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Trison Hatchet Henge, she, her. She's now the volatile, and she's out for revenge on the Weequay who blew up the building with her people in it.
Excellent. We shall see how that goes. We may even see the people who blew up the building uh, in the very opening scene. Kay, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
I am Kay. I use the she and they pronoun, and I'm playing our brain picker, Larad Kono, they, them, it. And right now, it's about to possibly wreak some major havoc with a friend in the way. But they did warn said friend Leonti that, this was dangerous, and Leonti accompanied anyway, so choices were made.
Choices were made, consequences forthcoming. The aforementioned character who went with Arad is played by Mark. Mark, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Mark, he and them, and I am playing Leonti Saru, they, them, who recently changed from the Luminous to the Operator. I got a spaceship, and I need to get fuel for it, and that's all we're doing here. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. So,
Yeah,
looking
it's
forward
just
to it.
a fuel pickup. It's
Yeah,
like going to a gas station
exactly. Yeah, safe.
owned by a mob boss.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that.
like they all
Awesome.
are, basically.
Steven, you're up next. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Veyruin, whose pronouns are also he, him. And I moved from the Restless playbook to the Angel playbook. And I've just been trying to take care of where I'd previously been trying to take care of my little coven of critters. I'm now trying to take care of all the people in, the city that we're in. Yeah. Because it's a mess.
It's true. Such a mess. And last but not least, returning from not being here is Greg.
Hi, I'm Greg. I use he, him pronouns. My cat is back in the house. Stupid cat. Um,
Yay, cat. Welcome
so
back.
I'm playing Zarek. Zarek's the lawmaker. Zarek has survived. There was a little back and forth about whether Zarek had or not. Um, Zarek has also come back a little different. I took the +1 weird option, and I had also leveled up during that explosion due to some HX rollover. So Zarek took the a move from the Hocus called Frenzy, where I can whip up some followers from the general populace. Zarek will definitely use that power for good. So looking forward.
As all other powers that he's used. Yes, that seems consistent with the character that you have played so far. During our little pregame, we realized that some folks have HX questions. I'd like to rattle off a few of those if they fit. Who wants to go first with their HX question that they have for another PC?
I'll do that. I'll start with one since I have two. My first one is for Zarek. Um, hey, I'm giving everything of myself to help the people of Saleucami. What's your take on this, and what do you suggest?
Ooh. Um, I'm all for it. The people of Saleucami need need to oust the Techno Union, um, and the I think Zarek has become an accelerationist. Um, the only way to do that is to expose their capacity for atrocities. We have to see just how bad the techno union really is, or they'll become complacent.
Does that mean that more people have to be sacrificed?
Yes.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Excellent. Who else has an HX question they'd like to ask?
I believe I have a question for Larad. And I think the question is, what's a secret I've learned or realized about you?
Uh, I, yeah, I think you've realized that my weird stuff, especially in that moment with Clotho and the car is I have force potential. Like the
Hmm.
weird stuff is not just weird stuff, it's possibly force related. And
Hmm.
also that theoretically, like, because we don't know what Larad is, but like that night sister looked kind of like the rods, so
Yeah,
is that good enough, or do you want something else?
that's great.
Okay.
Do we have any other HX questions that folks would like to ask?
I've got another. I thought Zarek had one.
I do have one with Hatchet. Uh,
But didn't you want to hold out that until you guys like met in person or something, or was
uh,
that?
well, I thought about it, and since I've taken Knuckles as my lieutenant, I actually think that it kind of fits in that sort of vein.
Yeah.
What's a secret I've learned or realized about Hatchet through Knuckles?
Ooh. Um, I think that Hatchet has gone off the deep end. Like she is on her roaring rampage of revenge, and she is
Okay.
not thinking about anything else.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that kind of frames it that Hatchet had stuck with you for at least a little bit, but she's come to my side now and
Knuckle.
seen. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think me and Knuckles just bumped into each other somewhere along the
Okay.
way.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, After sometime after the explosion, and maybe she tried to like reconnect or something, and I just wouldn't have it. I was like shut off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Too far gone. So
So
sad.
I also have an HX question with Hatchet. Um, so what's our next step? Let's make a plan to hit the Techno Union in a weak way that will draw them into fighting each other, so the rest of us can live with some space from them.
Ooh. Um, I think, yeah, Hatchet is before she was definitely interested in bringing down the Techno Union. Right now, she wants to kill the weak way. At least the leader, who I keep forgetting what her name is, and the guy with the droid who set off the bomb.
I am
Mhm.
happy to give those names because names
Uh,
are important. Drenny
Granny Orc.
Auk
Yeah.
and Dab Anktrol.
Dab and Troll. Yeah, there is. Yeah, what happens after that? I don't think she's thinking beyond that. Um, but she wouldn't be unhappy about getting them, pitching, what do we call, putting them against each other.
Right, but you know, basically we're not in a position of power where we can attack them directly. But if we get them to attack each other, then it solves a lot of problems, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Hatchet wants personal revenge.
I
That's like,
see.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
she's
see.
not, I mean, yeah, she still dislikes the Techno Union, but they're not the priority for her right now.
You're aiming too high. You're aiming too high, Veyron. Excellent. Are there any other HX questions folks have to ask? Leonti and Larod, you just made arrangements with a gilded claw for an audience with Drenny Auk, the Weequay street gang leader who evidently has gotten a glow up from her involvement with the Techno Union. In that before she had problems rubbing a few credits together, but now is in control of the majority of the ships in the bay and lives here in this well appointed home that borders with the market on the nicest side, the only nice side of Sarnak. The noise of the market doesn't follow you far, it fades. Two weakways stand at the entrance. They know that you're coming. They don't shift when you approach. They're measured and patient. One gives you a short motion with his hand to guide you inside. The temperature drops as soon as the door closes behind you. Cool air, refrigerated air, presses in, carrying the faint scent of salt water, undercut by something richer, spice, maybe, or perhaps just incense. Your escort moves without speaking, and you follow. The corridor bends, light narrowing into a thin, angled band overhead. There's gold and blue that stretches across the floor. The distances feel a little off. And then the space opens. There's a sunken central room that spreads out before you, a few steps down, layered with rugs and low seating arranged with deliberate imbalance. Tables carved from driftwood sit heavy and worn smooth. Along the walls there are objects resting in quiet display, fragments of ancient stone, corroded metal, sealed crates that hum just at the edge of hearing. None of it's labeled. None of it needs to be. There's a narrow channel of water that cuts through the room. Surface ripples softly catching the fractured light. The weakway leads you along the edge of the space, and you feel it. The house watching you, not openly, just aware. Every step that you take feels accounted for. They guide you through a narrowing passage into a final chamber. This room, where Drenny Auk awaits, is different. It's still. The air doesn't move unless someone decides that it must. The far side, seated on a low, wide platform surrounded by layered cushions and a table of polished wood, is Drenny Auk. Seated beside her in what appears to be a station of honor is the tech, Dab Ank Troll. Standing behind the two of them is someone, Leon, a personage you have heard of, or uh, a type of servitude that you have been warned about. Laurent, I think you have no reference to this. They stand in a relaxed pose. Almost every inch of their skin is covered. The most unnerving fact about them is that the top of their head has been removed entirely. You see only their face hidden, unhidden, where their eyes might have been some kind of visor, perhaps. I have a picture to share with you. Leonti, you have heard of the decraniated, a vulgar experiment from a man who's wanted on multiple worlds for their inhuman experiments. Larod, you recognize her lips. This was Loop, Alaragoran, Hatchet's best scout. Now, a servant to Drenny Auk, a symbol of her power over one who was once an enemy and now forgotten, except for this indelible mark of Hatchet's loss. Drenny, with her piratical hat, regards the two of you. Leonti, you keep odd company.
Do. I would like to pop off my reputation move straight up.
Yeah,
When I meet
do
someone
it.
important, they've heard of me. I'll roll plus cool to see what they have heard. Cool is two. And that gives me a lot of mark there, all sorts of good stuff. And I'm gonna roll an 11. Great. Um, on a 10 plus, tell the MC what they've heard. Um, yeah, the MC has them respond to you accordingly. Um, I mean, they've definitely heard that I have given up the salon. They've heard that multiple techno union folks have been attacked and or murdered there. Um, and they have heard that they've definitely heard that I'm leaving the planet. Um, and I think they have also heard that my ship was stolen. Um, they have criminal contacts off world, right?
Uh huh.
Um, stolen from a Hut crime lord it was one of their racing vehicles.
Leonti, you keep interesting company.
Oh, my friend Larod, yes, very interesting. As
You
do
look
you.
you look familiar, but I've never met you, Larod.
I've done work that you've asked for in the past.
Oh, she gestures, and the decraniated walks towards you with holding a saucer with a decanter. Would you like something to drink?
That would be lovely.
It pours a cool, refreshing water into the two glasses. And then it moves very deliberate, very slowly, robotic. Hand you the two glasses. I understand that you have need of some fuel. That's
I
what the
do.
Gilded Claw said.
The time has come for me to find a new home. I believe I've worn my welcome out here.
It would be a shame to see you go, Leonti. I think you should stay. What would what would help you reconsider?
Honestly, I've had some dealings with the Techno Union, or they've had dealings with me. And I don't have any particular animosity towards them, but they do get in the way of a good time now and then.
Well, I hear that you murdered a couple of them.
I've never murdered anybody
Have
Eh,
here.
It's true, the Techno Union doesn't love you, Leonti. Maybe you going is not a terrible idea. As you can see, I've just come into a bit of money, and it
Mm.
would be nice to have a salon of my own. always was, just a little jealous of what you could do.
It's less having a place than just knowing the right people.
What would you say if I said, I'd rather you not go?
I would ask you to convince me.
That's fair. I could put a collar around you, but
Someone
then
tried
that
that
pits me
before.
against Techno Union, and I don't like that.
When she says that, Leonti like visibly stiffens and loses a lot of her cool. He's like, I am here because someone tried that before. I've never killed anyone here.
Hmm.
Ula Creel works for you, yes?
She does. She's irritating, but she
Yes,
does.
exactly. Uh, she called me wanting me to do a job for you and was extremely irritating, did not offer good incentives, and threatened to have me brought in here as if that would be good for you. And now you've just threatened Leonti, which is bad for you. So we should work out a way where I'm no longer upset with you.
I have to say, the Rod, that I'm not sure why I should be worried that you're upset with me.
Do you know what I do to people and what work I get paid for?
I know your reputation.
Then you know that this, and he'll point to what once was Loop, is child's play compared to what I do.
I also know that someone wants you, which is why I let you walk in here.
And there's some confusion there at the idea that someone wants you. He's like, wait, someone wants me? What does that even mean?
So here's what I offer the two of you. Leonti, you serve me without fighting it, and I don't put you in chains. You get to set up a new salon here until I'm bored of it, and then you can go. And the Rod, you allow me to hand you over to her without causing a problem.
Larod, would you mind causing a problem?
hmm Yeah, hey, Rich.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cause a problem. This problem is specifically this really fun move called the Maelstrom Manifest.
So you say it's fun, but I don't think you know it's fun yet.
No, not yet.
I agree that it is fun. I am thrilled with this choice. But goodness gracious, what a choice.
Yeah, I think Larod will look at Leonti and be like, protect yourself.
Mhm. I have a move that lets me do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
The
So,
Maelstrom Manifest. You can
yeah.
unleash the world's psychic maelstrom as a destructive physical force. Environ equals to psi. Close and far range. Cannot be brought to bear on a specific target.
I've had my eye on the door, all caps, in preparation for this.
That door is closed, but it's also a move, so there are other doors I'm sure you can find. Why don't we have you roll eye on the door
Yeah.
first?
That is going to be plus aggro, which coincidentally gets my last mark in aggro as well.
Hey,
Which gets me
look at
my
all
last
those
keeper.
marks.
Ooh, look at all that. All sorts of stuff going off. Great. That is a 10.
Oh man, that is a
Uh,
very beneficial 10. I'm
Name
very
your
happy
escape
for
route
this.
and roll. Name the escape route. I think the escape route is are there other guards here?
Yes, there was a guard who led you in. They stayed and they stand at the door.
Do you think
Um,
they might be a fan of mine?
I think that they are because you rolled a 10 plus, so they have to
Yeah.
be.
Perhaps I've arranged for them to hustle me out when the inevitable shit happens.
Cool. Let us define which of the Weequay it is. I'll let you pick. It can't be Ula or
Yeah.
Drenny or Dab Ank. But any of the others, it just says NPC details is open to you. Who do
Vrog
you
looks
want?
look likely.
Pardon?
Vrog L looks charming.
Drog L.
Um, Click on mine. 38. Line 38.
Yeah. Yay. Huge fan of Leonti, the guard who made a deal with them.
Yeah, I think I just like Vrog, it's time.
Uh, yeah, Vrog seems surprised by that because Vrog did not realize that the rod could make troubles that you would be scared of. But he um, opens the door as the rod manifests the maelstrom. Sweet, you're gone per the move, which is great
Ooh.
because let's do some math here. Environ is 4 harm to an area. That's one environ. Maelstrom manifest is the environment equal to Larod's psi. What is your psi rating?
3.
Yup. So that is, let me check my math. 12 harm. Stephen, how many ticks on the clock are there for characters? 6. Larod, give me just the first moment or two of what you envision, what Larod envisions this first time of manifesting the maelstrom, what that looks like.
Yeah, I think the wind starts to kind of whip around the rod. There's almost this little bit of like almost crackling energy in it. We see almost those highlighting, crackling energies in the same colors as both that black and that sort of pearlescence that we've seen before that have entered into brains. And we see Larod makes perfect eye contact with Drenny, uh, while also shaking its head like you have made the wrong choice. Yet somehow we know that there's an awareness that the moment hits where Larod feels Leonti has been pushed through the surface, and then everything just starts to lose its position wherever it is put. The world around it starts to just change.
So I want to pause for a second to check in with Andesh. Hatchet is set up with uh, a very pointed arc to Drenny and sorry, I want to make sure I do the name. Dab Ank Troll are her focus points. 12 harm in the room where they are is double killing a PC. Do we do we create an escape route for at least one of them, or is Hatchet being denied that revenge she's obsessed with interesting to you?
I'm perfectly fine with Hatchet being denied her revenge. I think that's interesting. I don't want them to get away just to give her closure. I don't think that's we should go with the fiction here.
Cool. I had considered that as the maelstrom and everything starts to it is revealed that Dab Ink is like a hollow, but that felt very like Clone Wars. Why is he not in blue, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I wanted to check in. Um, so yeah, I think what we see
So
is
real,
yes.
sorry. I was looking up because 3 environ being 12 seemed high. 3 environ is equivalent to 7 harm messy.
Wait, where's that?
That's in the apocalypse world environmental harm. It's still a shit ton of harm. No, get
I
me
thought
wrong.
it was one environment was for harm. I'm sorry if I
1 environ
misremembered.
is for harm, but it doesn't scale linearly.
Okay, okay.
Can destroy cars outright, lift, topple, flip heavy machines, completely collapse structures, engulf them in flames,
There it
I'm
blow
glad
is.
we
through
structured.
inhabitants. Yeah, it's
I
bad.
mean, I
It's
mean,
So
bad.
it goes
Sorry.
4, 6, 7. Okay.
1 over what would kill a PC versus 6 over what would kill a PC. It's still dead, right? So
Thanks for looking that up, though, Greg. I would rather get it right than. Well, when brought to bear against a single non-structural target, equivalent to 9. Wow. Yeah, I think what we see before we cut away from this destruction is Drenny's eyes widen, and she realizes she's looking in the face of her own death, and she quickly grabs a blaster pistol and fires several times at Larod, but the first bolt bounces off of whatever force Larod has unleashed. And then the last thing that we hear before a quick like snap to black is Drenny's scream. And then when color returns, we see a pair of eyes on a woman. Those eyes open up. We recognize her as Clothal, the Night Sister. Camera pulls back slightly. She's in some kind of kneeling pose, reflective, meditative. She smiles approvingly. Let's cut to Hatchet. Hatchet, what have you been most recently doing in this road to getting your bloody vengeance?
Um, yeah, last time she was hunted by the bounty hunter. Varun helped her out, and they had kind of a confrontation about what to do next. So I think she's been um she's probably been tracking the weak way, like figuring out where do they hang out, who's where, when, that sort of thing, to find an opportunity to get at them.
Awesome. Hatchet, you've made your way to the market. Um, it was the last time you were here in rough shape. It is now completely remade. This is the Western market. It is the market that serves the people who are part of the Techno Union, who are happily enjoying the fruits of the labor of the droid factories and all of the credits that are flowing in now that this place has been declared peaceful again. And moments ago, you watched as Leonti and Larod came to the very nice home. And Hatchet, I think you know the Runian who once called that abode theirs. Um, they, of course, are not around anymore. Then, watching, looking for opportunities, for weaknesses, you see Leonti reappear, moving quickly as half of the building is shaken and then unmade. Uh, and yeah, you see Leonti quickly beating feet with a, a heavy set Weequay, trying to keep pace, but he's gone from trying to escort Leonti out to running away from that terrifying thing. What do you do, Hatchet?
Do I know which Weequay this is?
Yeah, you know that this is Vrog L.
Frog L.
He's a low, like he's a guard.
I think I will try to intercept them.
Sweet. You're like rolling up on your monocycle, or are you moving on foot?
I think I'm on foot here.
Okay. Leonti, you knew that it would be bad.
Hmm.
I don't think you knew that it would be quite that bad. It was
I
as
did
if
not know.
someone localized an earthquake.
Yeah.
This building is falling. You hear the screams, but they're stretched out like someone's playing with the audio, and they echo. And then you see Hatchet is making her way up. Vrog L is like, uh, enemy? He
You should go
asks
the other
you.
way. You should go the other way.
Okay. And then Vrog will take off heading towards market. Uh, Hatchet, as you
I'll see you
run up.
later, darling.
Yeah, I'm taking off after Rogel. Or actually, no, wait. Depends on what Lianti is doing here, I think.
I think I will wave you down.
What's happening?
Larod has
Oh,
exercised
okay.
um, an option that was available, and some important Weequay are having an extraordinarily bad day.
Well, that one's about to have a worse day, and I'm aiming to take off after Rog.
He's harmless. Let him have one more day. There's always tomorrow.
Uh, are you trying to reason with me?
I
Because
Hmm.
am.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Trying to reason with you is gonna be cool, I guess. Let's try
You
that.
guess.
And that is an 11.
Ooh.
Ooh. On a
When
10
you're
plus, they
reasoning with
have to
someone.
choose set reservations aside and go along with you, or else, frankly, flatly, maybe violently refuse.
Well, I think Hatchet is sufficiently shocked at what's happening to actually go along with it. But I'm going to read you here
Do
because
it.
you got out of there just as this was happening and
Mhm.
you're protecting kind of this weak way. So now I'm a bit suspicious. Um, where is it? Sharp is read a person.
Yeah,
Yes. I have two in sharp. I get an 8.
an 8. Ask 2.
Ask 2.
Oh, you didn't want to interfere, Leonti? Are you?
No,
Oh,
Okay.
no.
no. Leonti's an open
Uh,
book.
yeah, I think, well, are you telling the truth specifically about him being harmless? I think is the main question here.
I think as far as Leonti's concerned, that is true. Yeah, he's just a goofy fanboy. Whether
Yeah,
he is an actual threat to someone else, not
yeah, yeah.
really my
As far
concern.
as you're concerned, he's
Yeah.
harmless. What are you feeling?
I am feeling gratitude that his admiration of me paid off. I am feeling uh, surprised that I got out of there alive, and I'm feeling terrified of what Larod is doing right now. And not like was not expecting that at all. I think it's like one of the few things that has taken Leonti by surprise recently.
Yeah, yeah, that's perfectly fair. I think Hatchet will ask you, um, is anyone other than Larod alive in there?
I don't even know if Larod is alive in there.
Guess I'll go check. And I'm going to start walking towards the building.
Awesome.
Real quick, can Zarek be nearby and shoot the running Weequay?
Oh, that sounds awesome. I love that.
That's
So,
great. I love it.
that's a great way to bring Zarek into this. So we have he's headed towards a speeder, maybe, and is I think he does the thing where he wants to jump up into like a Dukes of Hazard thing, but then he like, slams his hip into the side because he just doesn't get that much air, and then opens the door, and that's when Zarek, you come onto the scene. What does it's not even unless you are angling to get dice on the table. I am a-okay with saying that that cool choice for introduction of your character just happens.
Just I'm okay with just happens. Um, and I think it's, we've been trying to track a little bit of Hatchet's movements, Knuckles and I, and we see the opportunity. And as Hatchet turns to go check on the rod, Zarek just appears and brings the scattergun up from his hip and just shoots him dead off of his speeder bike.
Oh, it's a speeder, but yeah.
Speeder, yeah. Yeah.
Leonte, you witnessed that. I definitely want Hatchet to try to go into this building. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shame, but
What have you done, Leonti? He
I haven't
like
done
gestures towards
anything.
the building.
That was not my doing, and in fact, I just escaped with my skin barely.
Ruin
That's our.
follows you everywhere, Leonti.
I'm afraid that was our little friend Larod.
Zarek will just kind of consider that option.
I would recommend making friends with them.
Rod and I have always had a relationship.
I suggest tending that relationship quite carefully.
We'll take that into consideration. You've changed, Leonti.
I have. I have found that my welcome here is perhaps worn out.
Perhaps it is.
You also seem to have changed a little.
More clarity.
There is no fighting the Techno Union. Or rather, there is, but you're not going to end up on the winning side of that fight.
It's not about winning anymore, Leonti. It's the fight itself.
We all have our hobbies, I suppose.
The weak way out of the picture, this will be perhaps easier. Was Drenny in there?
Was Drenny in there? Do I know if
Yes,
Drenny was
right?
in there?
Yeah,
Yes.
Drenny was, yeah.
Yeah, you
Drenny
were
Hawk. Yes,
talking
yeah,
to
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Drenny.
who we were
That's
talking to,
Drenny.
yeah.
Yeah, Drenny is the one who. Yes.
Okay.
Drenny is no longer in there, I would imagine. Or if she is, she's in much uh, reduced capacity, or many many small pieces.
Well, I swore I would protect Larod. And Zarek will go in after, but I want Hatchet to have the moment before I get
Hatchet,
there.
you quickly move up the stretch of street that Leonti had raced down and come up to the front door. As you do, you see swirling above the building is this cyclone, and you see pieces, bricks, folks all in this. And when you reach for the door, bricks around the door start getting pulled into that cyclone. The door is pulled into it as well. It's as if the front half of this building is swallowed whole by this maelstrom. And you see this single silhouette in the middle, in the eye of it. Um, the rod you recognize as this maelstrom has done its job, that there is someone just on the edge of it looking at you, at your back. What do you do?
Um, am I cognizant enough? I think Laura would look to see who it is because they did say, "Hey, Leonti, like get out of Dodge for a minute," and maybe Leonti came back for them. What a good friend. Uh,
No, the silhouette turns around and you recognize Larod's eyes, but its eyes are glowing in that silhouette. It's Hatchet who's come back for you. The
God, how did I?
building is completely gone, swallowed whole by this. You realize now it's all in your hand, Larod. You can let it drop. You can maintain this for a bit longer, but it is going to start to draw on you. It will start to cost you if you keep it active.
Yeah, I think seeing Hatchet, and if I recall correctly, there's no beef between Hatchet and Larod.
Not yet.
There was, yeah, there wasn't any. And like, yeah, as far as Larod knows right now,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is no beef. Hatchet has helped Larod in the past. They are on decent enough terms. Um, so yeah, I think Larod will drop it and kind of just like flit down Hatchet.
Then yeah, everything. I gotta reorient myself towards the camera now. I think I have to sit like this. I don't know. Everything freezes for a moment. All of the cyclone just like someone hit pause on it, and then it all comes down. Dust furls up and just washes out, and the sound of it shakes the market and everyone around. We cut back to Leonti and Zarek, but Zarek was you were headed up towards Hatchet, right? Right. Leonti, what are you doing? It seems like that's over. What are you doing?
I think I'll trot along with Zarek.
Okay.
Just be like, Zarek, I don't think Larod needs your protection.
You all need my protection. That much is clear.
If anything, I think your little town needs protection from Larod. It's a it's like a storm that blows into town whenever it gets upset. I
The
could take
storm is
Larod
the techno union, Leonti.
exactly. I mean, if you want to find a way to point Larad and use them as a tool at the Techno Union, that's your decision. I'd rather treat them as a friend and take them away from this place for the safety of everybody.
And what do you need for that?
Just a little bit of fuel.
Hmm.
I thought I could have a reasonable conversation about that, but some people,
All the thirsty man needs is water in the desert. There's very little
yes,
fuel to be had, Leonti.
I know. That's why I went to the person that I went to.
I will see what I can find.
And then we'll be out of your hair and you can pursue whatever ends you like.
Hmm.
Excellent. Let's cut from that to Veyroon. Uh, Gosh, I feel bad. You're all by yourself. Where are you? All by
So I think
yourself.
that where exactly was the Weequay headquarters before the cyclone hit it?
Oh, great question. The Weequay headquarters was located in the Long Market, on the edge of the Long Market, in one of the very nice buildings. And if you're looking in the Sarnac larger, like N28, around there.
So I think I had been around where four is, which is the tall blocks. That's where people mostly needed me.
Hmm.
But whenever I see that there was a freak, tornado or cyclone that came down,
That's what they're going to tell people.
yeah, I head off in that direction to see who I can help. And I think I know that the Weequay are there. I know that you know, I I'm going slowly because I know that they are on the lookout for me. They have a bounty out on me. So I don't get there in time with everyone else. Um, I think I come up, I see the destruction, um, and I'm trying to make sure that people who are outside of the building um, get under cover.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Cool. Let's. I think that the suddenness of it, it is mostly aftermath. The only people who were injured were killed, and they were in the building. But yeah, Veyroon, I think you would see that Leonti and Zarek, you would see Hatchet standing on the edge. So let's jump to Hatchet once this cyclone just ends and you see the dust clears and Larod is there. You also see near Larod are the broken and torn asunder bodies of Drenny Auk, your nemesis, as well as Dab Ank Troll.
Yeah. I'm stepping forward, and I think I'm holding my blaster carbine, not raised, but just like holding it in front of me and slowly stepping forward towards Larad. You you ended them.
Lorad looks around, wipes blood that's not its off of its cheek. Yeah, I believe I did. That's what this looks like.
Did they suffer?
Terribly.
Good. And yeah, I'm not sure how Hatchet reacts after that.
Larod's
Um,
gonna kneel down, and I
yeah.
think maybe there's like Drenny's leg or something there, and Larod's just gonna look in Jenny's pocket. Anything in there? Any coins, credits, other things that we
Sure. there is a remote, um, and then there's of course just a cred stick.
Mhm. I'll give that to Leonti because, well, not at the second, but because they wanted fuel, and then this happened, and so that's my apology. Leonti will be that cred stick. Did you see Leonti as like the rod straightens up?
Yeah, they're on their way here, I think.
No. They were very unkind to many people. Your friend was not your friend anymore, but was here. I'm sorry.
Thank you. And I think, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if Hatchet just walks off or if she breaks down. I'm not sure what's um
If you, well, this is more of a check-in. Do you think it's interesting if Hatchet recognizes Loop, a Larry Goran, among the dead?
yeah, yeah, I think that's
So then
yeah,
you
I
can make a
think
decision as that
that's
maybe
what
that image hits
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's what breaks her. Yeah. I think she just collapses to her knees and starts crying.
I think the rod walks over and I think sort of crouches and is kind of just watching you cry.
Seems appropriate. Zarek and Leonti, you come upon the last bits of these moments that they shared.
Done silence, I think, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do we cut scene there?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's take our mid-game bio break. They've changed how this works. I don't know how to
Yeah, they
pause
moved
it.
everything.
I don't mind moving, but like, okay, there it is. Cool. Okay, we're gonna skip a little bit of time. In fact, hey, there's a move. Live day to day sounds like a thing that should happen here. So let's go with that. Live day to day, a barter move. When there's a break in play, which literally just happened, like a literal break in play because we took a break. Roll plus barter. So if everyone could roll plus barter, and then we'll go around the horn, and you get to ask me, uh, what's on a 10 plus, you get to ask me what's free and what's easy. On a 7 to 9, you ask what's easy and what's hard. And on a miss, ask what's hard and what's impossible.
So here in our penultimate session, I did notice that I actually have a move that's supposed to trigger before I live day to day.
Ooh, let's do
Um,
that. That's
whoops.
right. That's
But
your
it's only if my venue is secure and stable,
do
which
you feel it is secure and stable?
I'm not. I think it's an interesting question because the time has passed. Have I reestablished the market? Are they? I don't think I have. So, okay, cool. Then we won't do it.
Okay. Then if you haven't reestablished the market, I think that Valera Kusha is in charge as far as she knows because there are only rumors that Zarek is alive. Does that sound cool? You like that? Because the grand return should happen on screen. Okay. Hopefully everybody's rolled plus barter. Let's start. I'm going to start from the left-hand side this time instead of the right, just to mix things up. which means Zarek, you rolled a 10 plus.
I rolled a 10.
Nice. What's free?
What's free and what's easy, Rich?
What is free is what's free for you, Zarek, is that the Techno Union is concerned about this recent weather event, and their eyes are focused on the western side of the town, which means that what's free and easy for you is that you can move in the eastern side in around the market freely because they are not concerned with the market at this point. If somehow they tie that event to people within the market, it will change. The eastern market, the former temple market. And I think people in the market look to you as a return to when things were good, when things were less challenging before the Techno Union put their gauntleted fist on the people and broke the city and brought these wars. So I think that there's some loyalty that you can draw on from people. Does that make sense? Does that feel
Yep.
okay? Varun. Oh goodness.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah. So on a miss, you ask what's hard and what's impossible. Remind me. I think that Kesser has had his badge taken, his weapons, his main weapon taken. I think you broke him pretty well, Varun.
Well, it wasn't just me. It was actually Hatchet, but sure.
Sure, it was you though. But like
Yes.
maybe it was Hatchet, but it was you. And I think that instead, um, that interesting. I think the bounty is gone because the person who put the bounty out on you is dead, and so they can't pay it. Wow, that sounds great. Yeah, fantastic. However, Drenny's sudden death needs to have a reason. And so I don't think there's a bounty out on you, but the remnants of Drenny's gang have decided to hunt you to show their loyalty to their now dead boss. You were seen amongst the ruins,
Hmm.
picking clean. Again, these are the rumors. Picking clean the goods of Drenny and her crew. I think that the Weequay have declared you an enemy they will hunt. And what's hard for you is finding peace. And I think what's impossible for now is supplies. What angel kit you have is all you've been able to scratch together. The market, neither market will deal with you right now. And the temple market doesn't want to be associated with anyone that would raise the ire of the weak way. And the techno unions market, the Western market, just you're associated with the others. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, so I think I'm actually the way this looks on screen is I'm actually hungry, and you see me, you know, obviously struggling to get food and that kind of stuff because no one will trade with me. And I think I barter away some of my uh bandages and stuff like that. And then I turn around and I give that food that I get to someone else who's, sick and hungry. So,
Awesome. And then we see D brings you a fish. It's like just stopped wriggling, but you can eat the fish, of course, because D likes that fish. It's D's favorite kind of fish. It looks like Leonti and Larod both have the same result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I announce my result, I also want to announce that I advanced and took a new move, which is Combat Driver, which lets me use my vehicle as a weapon better once it gets gassed up. But yes, I did roll a 6, and so what is impossible and what is hard?
I think your vehicle has been discovered.
Mm,
And I think that the Techno Union, you have just heard word that the Techno Union has sent a detachment of battle droids to secure it.
mm.
The Rod, you also have rolled a failure.
Yes.
You've What's hard for you right now is rest. When you sleep, you're having recurring nightmares of the psychic maelstrom bleeding into each of your dreams like a pack of wolves tearing into everything that you find restful. It is unsettled. It is hungry, and you have awoken that hunger. Are you continuing to spend time with Leonti?
Um, I think Lorad was until like recently. Like, and I think you noticed, or Leonti would have noticed because you would have seen the decline in the crankiness, for lack of a better word. Like, um, and I think if it's gotten this badly, Lorad may have stepped away from Leonti under the guise of something about getting something you needed or whatever, but to keep the maelstrom away from Leonti.
Hatchet, you rolled okay.
Yep. I got an 8.
What's easy and what's hard? Where did you set up your workshop?
Ooh. Um, well, originally it was in the building with the bomb. That turned out to be a bad move. Who could have thunk it?
Crazy.
Um,
Really unfair.
yeah. I think I would have set up somewhere not too far from the Weequay headquarters, but not in the long market. Um,
So
maybe
you're
on the
saying you're
outskirts.
like trying to set up on the western side of town?
I just want to be like where I'm practically close, but maybe like in the outskirts, up in the like outside the city wall,
Okay. Okay.
somewhere there around R7 or something, like right outside in the some of the buildings there
I
right
see
outside.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then I think what's free and easy for you outside of the walls is peace. Um, It is noisy out here because they have set up the agricultural robotics farming, but they did not have not encroached on this small settlement. There's no one here. They've either left like refugees to try to find some other place or went inside the city walls. So peaceful. Um, I think there's also a decent amount of scrounging around for foods or goods. But I think what's hard is that your gear, like the things that you would work with to tinker with, are hard to come by. And I think that's the hard part is supplies.
Hmm.
Um, let's open with Leonti.
Yes.
You got a thing, a time sensitive thing. You have yet, because of that miss, to secure fuel for your
Mhm.
lovely stolen ship. Uh, and yeah, it turns out that you could do so very much if you could just make it
Get it
go.
started.
And now the Techno Union is interested in it. What do you want to do?
um, is there someone interesting in the techno union related to that that I could speak with?
Oh.
Can I speak with their manager?
Well, if you want to carry your way up, unfortunately, Malvin Derry Ulvash and you are not friendly anymore
It's
because you did that
true.
whole thing of like talking shit to him while controlling his droids,
That is
and he
true.
remembers that
Mm-hmm.
not too fondly.
That is
But
true.
if you wanted to uh, drop some jingle and make a move, you could head to the market and try to buy something, which is contacts.
I could do that. Is that a move?
You could just open your brain to the world's second maelstrom. I don't even know why I'm suggesting that. I just saw it there as one of the moves. It's a thing that
It
can be done.
is. That's just a thing there. Um, you know what? Yeah, we haven't done the dropping jingle yet. Let's do that.
Cool.
When you drop jingle to buy something, cruise a marketplace, roll plus barter, which I have a little bit of
You
still.
got some barter.
Yeah, barter too. Not bad.
And what specifically are you looking for? Like a contact within Techno Union to get this changed, to lodge a complaint, um, to cut a
Um,
deal.
yeah. I think what I'm specifically looking for is someone I can make a deal with.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Jingle barter plus two is a six.
Oh,
Anonymous, they consider you to be neither rich nor powerful. How do they treat me, and what kind of deal do they make available to me?
yeah. So you,
They're accurate. They're right.
it's fair. It's fair. I think what happens is that you move to the market when you hear about this trouble coming your way. And the merchants mention Valera Kursha, who is now running the market, and that you are persona non grata. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I have no deals to offer you. I'm sorry. You should go. You should go. And they clam up until you reach Zarena, the twin of Rebana,
Hmm.
terrible fisher,
Right.
proud stall owner,
No.
friend of Veroon, and she knows that Veroon and you are friendly. And so she says this she gives you the same line as the
Hmm.
others. But then she says, "But you look hungry," and she hands you a piece of bread, unleavened bread, and there is a note scribbled underneath it.
Mhm.
It has a name and contact details. The name is Vakar Vral. I think you met Vakar in the salon. Didn't we have like a
I
name
did.
exchange?
Yes.
It was the pretty one.
Yeah, the pretty one. Well, any port in a storm, I suppose. Too many tentacles on the head, but I can overlook that.
Fault of my birth. I'm sorry.
Thank you for the bread. I will be seeing you.
And then she like does a quick little sign language with her leku of best of luck. Please be careful.
Yeah, I will.
So I hope do you even get out of the market before you are trying to reach Vakar Vral
Oh no,
on
yeah, not us. I'm on the comm as soon as I get the note.
the Auntie Saru.
The car, darling. I wasn't planning on getting to know you that much better, but it seems like we are destined.
What do you want?
I want to leave, and I would like it if my friend Larod could come with me, but I mean, that's the thing that I want immediately. I'm not sure that you could help me with my longer term plans.
I probably cannot help you with your long-term plans. What is it that you need to be able to leave with
I
Larod?
just need a little bit of fuel and eventually a jump ring, but that's again longer term plans.
Without a jump ring, you cannot leave the system. Is that correct?
That is correct. I can definitely leave this godforsaken city.
I will provide you fuel.
In exchange for sparkling conversation.
I owe Larod a debt. This will repay that debt. You
Well,
need to get the ring.
one step at a time, darling.
Where is your ship?
It is currently at the docks, at the small docks, and I believe a uh, detachment of droids is looking for it or approaching. So time is a little bit of the essence.
I will meet you there. I will bring the fuel. You will leave immediately with
I
Larod?
will with Larod.
I see. Then you had best hurry.
See you there in a minute. I'll click off and then click on Larod.
Where is Larod when Leonti reaches out to them?
Larod is trying to find D. Larod was thinking and trying, like, is uncomfortable, is restless, hasn't slept well, and they were trying to think back to the time they
Mhm.
last felt like they were comfortable and enjoying the moment, and it was sitting down and petting D.
Excellent. Veyroon, are you still out in the outskirts? Like, are you still in your home, or have
I'm
you moved?
I'm not. I've been in the city and I think I've been working hard, so I haven't really had a lot to rest. Since time has passed, I'm probably back in the tall block area. I think that and the area probably around Gardner's Lane, a little bit south of there, is where I expect that a lot of the slums and people who need help are. So I'm probably in an alley around the four on the map.
Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
So we'll pick up with Larod and Veyroon, because D is there with Veyroon. still hanging out. And yeah, so
Larod is watching. Larod hasn't, I think, Larod is like at the edge of the alley, right? You're in this alley doing the treatment. And I think Larod is like head poked a la Scooby-Doo kind of around the wall and has been watching you, ND, trying to parse out socialization is much harder, especially when even more tired.
And so I think that actually I need to roll Sixth Sense
Ooh,
at the beginning of a session, which is sharp. So I'll roll that real quick. That just gives me some hold to ask questions.
and
So,
so we have color. I think Relnadera Sevrock is a Gotal kid. She is the one that you're currently treating, maybe giving a bit of the food that you are not eating yourself.
okay. And so I think that what happens in this case is I have a good bedside manner. So, you know, I'm talking to them, it's very personable, it looks very good. As soon as they leave, that's whenever that's whenever I then relax. I don't think anyone's watching me, and you can see that I'm tired and beaten down. I rolled a six, which means my sixth sense makes me paranoid and mistrustful.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Someone's watching you, Varen.
Ooh. Um, I think I'm going to start moving. So I'm going to start pick up, get D, and start trying to lose whoever might be watching me. Because, the Weequay are after me, the Techno Union aren't real happy with me. Everybody wants to come down, and if I die, then there's a lot of other people that will hurt due to it.
Excellent. Varen,
Yeah.
as you grab of D to take off,
Mhm.
Larod, you see this. Varen gets spooked. Obviously, nothing you did.
obviously.
And Varun's about to take off out of this alleyway. What do you do?
Ooh. I think Larod's gonna stop and be like, "Wait, no, don't go," and maybe open up to someone.
Ooh.
What? Varun, you're stopped by Larod, and it says, what? How does that sound when the rod opens up to someone?
I think it's tired and it's small and there's this sort of usually they're very monotone. Uh, you know, there's almost this sort of pleading um at the end.
And Veyron, immediately, backs away, says, I don't want anything to do with you, but I think D jumps down and goes over and like nuzzles against your leg. And, you know, Veyron is frozen in indecision. He's like, I can't leave D, but I don't trust Laurent. I'm gonna read a person. So that sounds like what I do,
Yeah.
because
I
I
think
don't trust this person.
if D lets, Larod will pick D up and just like full
Ooh.
on smash face into fur.
Yeah. Decent to that.
Read a person, that's a five.
Sweet. On a
Yeah.
miss, the MC will tell you what. They might have you ask one anyway, but be prepared for the worst. Why don't you ask one anyway? Be prepared for the worst.
What are you thinking of doing and how can I tell?
Um, uh, I think it's questionable to you whether I want D or something from D.
Right.
And what was it? How can you what?
Well, you wouldn't, how can I tell?
How can I
You
tell?
Oh,
wouldn't
how can you tell?
actually, D doesn't have anything to give you, so you must want D.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and I think the fact that I was like, please wait, no. I was like, please don't go. But as soon as D is like in my arms, like I could give zero asses that you are present. Like my focus completely shifts to the wolf cat.
Oof. Um, I
Vi-
think, and oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead,
No, no,
please.
you
No, no,
keep
no.
going.
You've got to move.
It's okay. My move can wait for a moment.
I think Varun says there's a lot of people who need help, and maybe you should set D down because, you know, word's gotten around that you hurt those around you.
That's when the shot rings out.
Nice.
Uh, the rod, you see it a moment before it happens as someone from far away in the tall blocks with a high-powered sniper blaster rifle fires on Veyron. Hey, Veyron, it says here that you have one armor from that piecemeal armor, which is great because that means you only take 3 harm as you are shot like, from an angle here that goes completely through your body, and you take 3 harm. Please roll the harm move.
Okay. I rolled that with three. That's a 9.
Okay. Where's the darn harm move? Is it over here? Harm move. You suffer harm. On a 7 to 9, the MC chooses one. You lose your footing, you lose your grip on whatever you're holding, you lose track of something or someone or something you're attending to. You miss noticing something important. Yeah. You have no idea where that shot came from as it uh, hurts incredibly bad. And we'll cut away from you to. We know where Leonti is, probably heading this way, which will be fun. But let's check in with Zarek. And if there's any way that Hatchet could be involved in this, that would be cool.
Yeah. Well, the thought I had for Zarek is that Zarek is, taking advantage of um, this situation at the docks. And I put the hoodie on because, people
Oh,
don't know he's
who's that?
back.
Who's that
But
person who
who's
went by? We
this?
don't
Right?
know.
Star Wars, who's this? But Zarek is um, like huddled with a group of people in an alley, and whipping them into a frenzy, um, to go and strike against the battle droids. I don't know how Hatchet would be involved, but I'm into it. Um,
I think I'm just passing by. I think Hatchet's in town looking for tools since I was short
mm.
on that sort of thing.
Looking to trade in the docks. I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
So Zarek is whipping them into a frenzy, and this is filling Steven's wish. He's telling the story of how his sister saved his life, um, when the bomb went off. And the bomb from the Techno Union. This was a long slumbering problem. Um, and so Zarek was, when Varun and Hatchet went off to check on what the Weequay were doing, Zarek was like, his sister was just coming to, and she heard that she had seen the bomb, and she knew it was there. And so when it goes off, she jumped on top of him to save his life. And is sort of extolling the virtues and speaking to, like, this is what we have to do. We have to rise up. Our lives are forfeit. We have to bring the Techno Union and drive them out of this place. Um, which is going to be really funny if they turn against me. Rolling plus
Uh-huh.
1 for frenzy.
Let's see how this frenzy goes. And Hatchet, you're watching this. You've never seen Zarek speak with such passion and, and with such vulnerability and such charisma. It's dangerous.
It's 9. It's enough.
7 to 9, hold one. Spend your hold 1 for 1 to make the mob, and you have several options.
Um, I'm going to have the mob fight as a gang for me to harm. I think it's actually a fairly large group.
I like that. Maybe it didn't start that
Um,
way, but people are gathering. They
yeah,
want something to believe in.
yeah. Um, choose their number and the impulse. What's their um drive them out? Um, they're reminded, and I get leadership. Do I have to roll leadership now too to get them to do something?
Well, let's see. So
Only if
the
it's
option
against
says,
their impulses. Yeah. So,
okay.
um, yeah, and I think that the whole kind of speech um kind of ends with like for Sarnak, for Saleucami, for the Runians, for our city. And then they like all march out to meet the battle droids to their almost probably imminent demise here, but we'll see how it goes.
They do get 2 harm, but
They
0
get too
armor is
harm.
bad. They're a bunch of hardy Runian farmers. Hatchet, do you witness this? If you are not under the effect of Zarek's sway, you can make whatever choice you want. But those people are now itching a fight. They have an impulse to drive out these battle droids. This Sarnek is ours, and they are picking up rocks and pieces of wood, and some of them have a few crap blaster pistols and rifles, and they're going to go try to do harm with these battle droids. What magic is it that you want to do?
Not that. I think
Dare.
like
Dare.
Hatchet still doesn't like the Techno Union, but I think she feels like this isn't her place anymore. She's not
Does
from here. Oh,
does
sorry.
Knuckles being a part of that gang change that for you?
Ooh. Um,
Because I think she might be leading the
yeah,
fight
yeah,
here.
yeah. Let me think about that for a moment. I just think that because Hatchet, she's not from here.
Hmm.
Like her whole group, she was here because everyone she cared about was here, or everyone she cared about who was within arm's reach was here. That's gone, and or mostly gone. Like there are a few people still alive, but they're in other contexts now. She's not responsible for them, is the thing, I think. And then she wanted revenge, and that's kind of done
Hmm.
too. So I think her impulse now is to just because her wife is one of the soldiers, and now her impulse is to, well, I don't have anything here. I need to go look for her. And she's out somewhere out in the war. I don't know if Hatchet doesn't know. Is she still on this planet? Is she somewhere else? She has no idea, but there's nothing keeping her here anymore. So I think like her interest in fighting the Techno Union in this particular city, that's not important to her anymore. Before it was important because she had her people here and that sort of thing. Um, but I think, I mean, she still
Could I
cares
reason with
about Knuckles.
Hatchet?
Sorry?
Could I reason with Hatchet? I mean, you can keep
Yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah.
it
No, no,
out.
no, no.
Yeah.
I think I'm, yeah. I think, oh, you like staying behind while they go out
Oh,
to fight?
absolutely. I'm not. And go forth.
Well, then I don't think you'll have much luck reasoning with Hatchet, but you could try. Absolutely. I
Or I
think you
mean,
see like
does Hatchet want to
Hatchet.
try and reason with Zarek of like you need to go out there too?
Ooh. Um,
Call me on my shit.
Yeah. I think she's standing like at they're standing some ways apart from each other, and still perfectly happy to send other people out to die for you, I see.
Hmm. We have to. Somebody has to hold the rebellion. Someone has to fight against them.
Someone not being you, then.
It's not my time yet.
Yeah. Figure it will be your time when the fight is over, right?
When we've finally driven them from this city, Hatchet.
When they have driven them from the city, you mean?
When we have driven them from the city, Hatchet. There won't be a place
Warning,
for me here
warning.
anymore.
You must step back. Please stop throwing rocks at us. Hey, we will have to fire back.
Ooh. Are we getting into a move here? I think I'm going to demand something. I think that's
Oh,
what makes sense here.
Yeah.
okay. I don't think we've done that yet. What is
I don't think so
Aggro.
either. Yeah. Um, I think, yeah. Um,
I
if
like that.
you're, I think what what Hatchet wants to demand, I need to figure out how to say it properly, but she's going to demand that Zarek put his money where his mouth is, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if he really thinks the fight is that important, then he should participate. That's basically it. Like if you don't go out there and fight, you're not worthy of being a leader. And she kind of like loosens the like pulls down the strap on her blaster carbine, like
Oh,
starting to
okay.
yeah. So that's plus aggro, which I have a 2 in.
You're quite aggrorific.
I am. That is a
Oh!
4.
You hold no sway.
I hold no sway. I do get an advance though, but I'll take that later.
Wow. Okay, on a
That's
miss, the MC
terrible.
will tell you what.
The battle droid spot me or something. I don't know.
Hey, don't we? Hold on. Uh, yeah, and I think what happens is you guys are close enough, you pull out your weapon,
Yeah.
and the battle droids start firing on the gang, and you are cited as someone with a weapon and are
Hmm.
shot.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. The good news is that it is not a sniper rifle that does 4 harm. The bad news is that for some reason the battle droid actually shot straight, and you are hit by it. So that will be a. I'm just trying to find a blaster rifle. I have weapons over
3
here.
harm, I think. No, it could be 4 harm. I think my blaster carbine is 4 harm,
I think
but
it's 3 harm. Yeah, 3 harm.
cool. Then I take 1 harm because I have 2 armor. I think that's the first time I've taken harm, which is weird. So I should make the
As hard to harm
harm.
Hatchet as it is to harm my son, who's playing a paladin in Dungeon World and has 3 armor. And holy crap!
So I should roll the harm move, and that's with +1 then. That's an 11. I don't remember if that's good or
That's
bad.
bad.
That's
That's
bad.
bad.
It's real bad.
Yep, yep, that's less than good. On a 10 plus, the MC chooses when you're out of action, unconscious, trapped, incoherent, or panicked. It's worse than it seemed. Take +1 harm, or 2 from the 7 to 9. I, I, mm, I am. I have mixed feelings. There's part of me that loves the idea of the first time you take harm, you're just like, boom, it just completely knocks you on your ass, right?
Well, I, yeah. I
What?
think
Greg?
Zarek is about to call Veyroon because Hatchet got hurt.
Oh, that sounds awesome because it's
And
happening
then
exactly at
Larod's
the same
probably going to be
time.
the one who picks it up.
Yeah, Faerun just got shot, so that's great. Yeah, I think I'm going with you are out of action. I'm not going to
Mhm.
say you're unconscious because I want to see how your reaction, but I think
Yeah, yeah.
it just it hits you so hard and sudden that you are knocked on your ass and you're dazed and confused for a bit. So you can react, you can move stuff, but you're kind of out of action. You're not going to
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
right back.
Mhm, mhm.
Zarek, your people are taking down some of these battle droids,
Hmm.
but they are unarmored and undergunned. They're to harm, which means that they are able to take out a number of them. But this is going to be a slaughter if you don't do something.
I thought it was clear. That's what I was looking for. Do we do battle for this?
Sure, let's do battle.
Okay.
If your enemy is able to defend themselves or fight back, roll plus hard.
um, roll plus hard. Okay. I think I have a 0 in that. Yeah, great. Um, that's a 7.
Okay.
Get to mark that. That's good.
7 to 9, choose two.
Uh, I think they will seize hold of something. And that's this street, right? They actually do um, you know, push the droids back. And impress, frighten, or dismay. I think the droids realize that this is more than they can chew. Um, it's
I
just too
think these
many
guys
people.
know what they're doing. Let's
I'm
pull
not opposed to
back.
there being,
Are we
a
allowed to
fair
pull
amount of
back?
harm.
I'm
Yeah.
calling the orders now. Pull back.
Pull
Sorry.
back.
Sorry.
I think there's a fair amount of losses on the rooting side, but it's enough that we were able to push people back. And Zarek has like run over and grabbed Hatchet, propped her up against like a building, and is frantically calling Veyroon because there's it's not just Hatchet, like there's a whole bunch of people injured here.
Awesome. Yeah, and we hear you frantically calling for Veyroon on Veyroon's comm. The Rod, you had D, and you just saw Veyroon uh, get blown back, and he falls. Maybe there's a bit of blood that spatters on you and D looks over at Veyroon and seems concerned. You also hear from behind you because the shot came over your shoulder, but from a very high point. You hear the sound. I think Larod would recognize the sound of someone with a jetpack um, moving from one point to another. What do you do, Larod?
Does it look like Dee wants to go to Veyron?
You know, Dee's not a fighter. Dee's concerned for Veyron. You don't think Dee wants to like go stand bravely over? It's a cat.
Yeah.
What would a
Yeah.
cat do when their owner is shot by someone? Wow, that was terrible. We should come
Um,
back later to deal
I
with the corpse and lick it a little bit, maybe, or eat it
Laurent
if there's no food.
Laurent can turn and try to see if they can spot the jetpacked and or shooter individual.
Oh, gosh, that sounds like maybe you're trying to read a situation.
Sure.
God, I always want to say sitch, but it's situation now. I have to use the full
You
word.
could just call it read a sitch. Sitch is just short for
It's
situation.
like two more syllables. So much work, you guys.
Nah, that's a five.
Hey, do you have armor?
Uh, I have one armor, yeah.
That's great because you take 3 harm as you peer up trying to figure out who this is and get shot in the chest by a
Really?
sniper blaster rifle. It is very powerful. Please roll the harm move.
All right. What do I roll for the harm move?
You get to
Just a
roll the
regular, like a
harm you just took.
so
You've suffered
uh,
3, so
sure.
2d6 plus 3. You want to roll low. Hey, you
Six.
did!
I've rolled three quote unquote failures the last three rolls.
On a miss, the MC chooses one. The harm you take stands as is with no additional effect. You take -1 harm, but I get to choose one from the 7 to 9 list. I think what I'm going to say is that you take -1 harm, um, but I get to choose one from the 7 to 9 list because D jumps out of your arms and
No.
scampers away to GT, F, and O.
Yeah,
Because D is a smart cat.
he is a smart cat.
Um,
Um,
Leonti, um, it seems like maybe things are working out for you.
Yeah,
The
everything seems
street in
fine.
front of where your ship is been cleared by people from the market delivering a very significant beatdown to those battle droids. It is a pitched battle.
Hmm.
People have fallen. You see Zarek, and maybe you saw a bit of Hatchet getting shot.
It's a shame.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try to slip into the warehouse where my ship is and wait for my pretty friend.
That sounds like acting under fire.
Does, doesn't it? Acting under fire is cool, baby. That's what I'm good at. Let's see if I can roll higher than a 6 this time. A 9. That is a 9. That is good.
Hey, on a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, waver, or stall. I think
Mm,
this is where
I
we
think
get to.
I'm hesitating because I'm like, "Ooh, there are people I know getting shot here, but I do want to get in there.
Here's what it costs you.
Yeah.
You can get in there, but I always like to have names and faces. Among the folks who were roused by Zarek's words is Eloza Veruni, the Runian, a healer. There's a moment, Leonti, when you realize you could stick a hand in and save her life, but it's going to cost you the ability to get into that building without being discovered. What do you do?
She's a healer. She can probably take care of herself. I need to get in there.
Sure, that makes logical
Yeah.
sense, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's a moment when your eyes lock with hers, and then she is shot down. And you make your way into the building. This is, I don't imagine that this is a hangar in the
No.
Tatooinean thing where it's like open to the air. This is like a warehouse, right? I think
Yeah.
it's not even actually a hangar,
No,
right?
it's not a hangar at all. Yeah. There's like it is like the ship is under like a drop cloth behind some crates.
Sweet. So you make your way to the uh, through the winding area of a bunch of stacked crates and a few inert loaded lifter droids, and come to the area where we have like I love the idea of shafts of sunlight shining
Hmm.
down
Hmm.
on the drop cloth over your beloved devil. And standing there holding a large canister of high-powered fuel is the person you just recently spoke with on comms, Vakar Vral.
The car. Well, the car, you beat me here. Sorry, there's a little bit of trouble outside.
That was trouble. It's only battle droids.
Well, everyone's got to start somewhere, I suppose.
Where is Larod?
On their way.
I sense that you're lying.
Well, I haven't spoken to them, but I imagine they will be making their way here soon.
But it is, yeah. You're like, to everyone, really?
Reach out to them. Bring them here, please.
I will nod and pop on the comm and see if I can get to them again.
Hey, Larod, you and Varun have been shot. Varun, your ears are ringing. I think we have a moment where we flash back to when you fought in the wars and you took a heavy wound like this. And those two moments kind of overlap with each other. What is something that you saw in the Morkugai Wars?
What I saw was I got hit. I went down. I was bleeding out. There were other soldiers around me bleeding, who were screaming and dying. And I happened to be close enough. We were out in like in trenches in the wilderness, and I was close enough. Rolled off into a den where um, I could hide, and that's where I met D.
Nice. That's awesome. I love that. And then you become aware you're in an alley in the
Mhm.
tall blocks, and you hear another shot ring out, but thankfully you are not harmed by it. What do you do?
Um, so I think I rolled towards the edge of the um, buildings so that it's harder for me to be seen. And I'm going to get up on all fours and I'm going to start crawling. And I think as I crawl, I come across Larod. I think I come across a shoe or a boot, and I look up, and it's Larod, and I'm kind of, taken back and shocked. Um, what's Larod's state? Are you
Yeah.
standing? Are you down?
Yeah, just to clarify, because I was a little confused. Am I, so if I took three, is that three the number three or three countdowns?
So it's countdowns. It's three ticks on the clock.
Okay, so
But you would have taken three, but I chose instead for you to take -1 from
yeah,
that.
so then I would be at six.
You are at 6 o'clock, correct?
Yeah, you'll heal with
Mhm.
time. So I think the rod just is kind of blinking very confused. Like they're looking at their chest where they got shot in a non-integral part of the body and they are bleeding their own blood, which is not something that's happened for like a very long time. Um but they're standing because they're okay because they'll just heal with time, so it's nothing like too crazy. And I think they're just like D and look at you, be like D, and then go to try to take your hand and bring you to follow where D ran off to.
So whenever you reach up, or whenever you reach for my hand, I grab your hand and I pull you down to kind of cover you, um, so that we don't get shot again. And I think we're gonna, you know, stay on all fours and I'm gonna stay on all fours and crawl along the edge to try and get out of the line of sight.
Larod will crawl, but is distinctly trying to crawl the way that D went. Like is trying to bring you in that direction.
Varun, it sounds like you're trying to pull Larod into cover. So let's have you act under fire. We're ready.
Okay. Hold on. think I have an angel move.
Oh,
No, it has to be unconscious. Okay. Act
you can
under
make that
fire
happen.
is cool. No, 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 no. So my cool is a 1, and that's an 11.
Hey, on a 10 plus, you're solid. You follow through without flinching or hesitating. Lorad, you're trying to crawl towards D, but Veyroun is stronger than you. He's not afraid to touch you. Maybe a bad choice on his part. And he pulls you to cover, like protectively, with care. I'm not sure if you even know what this feels like, but Veyroun does
Oh,
not want you to be harmed in the same way of how you are reaching out for D. And Veyroun, there's a moment, right? You're waiting for that next shot to ring out, and you hear not the sound of that blaster rifle, which you've heard twice before, and it is a very terrifying sound. But instead, you hear a closer sound, less distant, right? Because there was that crack and then the pain. This is more immediate. It is not as far away, but it is also not in this alley, and it sounds different. You know this sound. It is the sound of someone firing a stun bolt. Like they've put their blaster on stun. And neither you nor Larad were hit by it. You hear the jetpack again. It's not coming here. What do you do?
Um, I think I think the best thing to do is to get away. Let's continue so that we can uh get under cover, get away from whoever's attacking us. I tell Arad, he's a survivor. We need to survive as well. So let's, we'll catch up with Dee. She'll be fine.
I know somewhere safe,
Ooh.
but we have to get D first.
Um, let's go safe, and I'll whistle for Dee and see if she comes. Yeah.
Excellent. So, I'm not going to make you guys fire moves for that. That all seems reasonable. You whistle for D. D does not come.
Right.
He's like, bitch, you just got shot.
Um, so I think now it's time to head in the direction that Dee went.
Mhm.
And um, since she didn't come, that's a lot more worrisome. So let's go that direction and see if we can find her.
Okay, great. Awesome. You head out of this alleyway, following where Larad had last seen D, and you find D lying unconscious without a collar.
Ah, damn, I was so close.
And we will cut to Zarek and Hatchet. Oh gosh, we won't. We'll have to stop
We're in
there.
time. Yeah.
Gosh, it's so exciting that I lost track of time, friends. We'll
It
stop
was
there.
2
That'll be
seconds for
our
getting that
like
goddamn collar. 2 seconds.
okay. Let us do our end of session. Sorry, I really literally lost track of time. I don't normally
We're
do
having
a bad
fun.
job there, but
Not a bad job, honey.
session and we ask some questions. I'm going to start from the left-hand side of our character keeper, Zarek. Who knows you better?
Hatchet.
Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
I was right up until Veyroun didn't answer.
And then does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Yes.
Okay. Then that is 2 XP for you. Veyroun, who knows you better?
Laurent.
Are you satisfied with your world and the place and your place in it?
No.
Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Yes.
Leonti, who knows you better?
I think Hatchet and Zarek.
Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
I am not.
Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
I believe it does. Yes.
Larod, who knows you better?
Huh. Uh, I just hit 4 with Faerun and D.
Wow.
So,
Oh, that's right.
um,
You also have to ask the D question, don't you, Steven?
That's right. So D would also know
Sorry,
Laurent
A,
better.
but yeah, do that. Okay.
'Cause Faerun, and then as much as I want to say Leonti, so that will also hit like
Okay.
up. I think Hatchet. I think Hatchet and I had a
Hmm.
like a moment.
Are you, Larod, satisfied with the world and your place in it?
No.
Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Let me look at the other option really quick. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. 2 XP for you. Hatchet, who knows you better?
I think Zarek and Lerod probably. I could argue for Leanti as well, but I think it's Zarek and
Choose
Lerod.
at most 2. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
And
trying to decide, but I think it's those two.
fair, fair. Are you satisfied with the world and your place in it?
No, I've been shot.
Everyone got shot. You get shot, and you get shot. Look, the blaster pistol under your seat.
Yeah.
And then does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 2 XP for you as well. Great. Awesome. That is the first part there. And now we get to ask some, we get to hand out some wishes and stars. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes for our final session?
I'll start. I had a wish that I'd written down so I didn't forget it, which was I want Dee's collar to come into play, and you self-fulfilled that already. So done.
I expected you guys to do better, but I'm very happy that the dice wanted that to be as easy as pie. Excellent. Who else has wishes?
I'll go. I'm very excited for or I'd like to see like a Veyron, Vicar, Clotho, Leonti, Larod like in the hangar, like something with that. Seems like it would be an especially tasty scene.
We'll see. Who else has wishes?
Yeah, I'll 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 follow on that with I also want to see that sort of a showdown with Clotho. Um I want to see the droid starfighters that I heard about from last session come into play. Um and then selfishly I want to see Zarek confrontation with Valera, the current owner of the market.
Okay. Those are all great wishes. Love 'em. Who else has wishes?
I would definitely like to get my ship into play and use it as a weapon now that I have that move, with or without Larat on it.
Nadesh, did you have any wishes?
Um, I just want to see how everything plays out. Have a great final session. I wish everyone can be here next week.
Yeah, I hope we have 100% attendance as well. It would be weird everything hinges, but also life happens. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
creative. We
Yeah,
work
it's
around
My
it.
not.
cat inside.
Yeah, I'm not trying to push anyone. It's just it's what I want. So
I want it as well, and I was not trying to, yeah, create undue pressure on folks. Hey,
mhm.
and as you went last with wishes, you get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars from today's session?
Yeah, super fun session. One of the best I think we've had, at least for me. It was really strong, seeing so many things kind of culminating and coming together. It was great to see Zayrik back, still being Slimo, but
I know. I
different
thought,
kind.
wow.
That was great. Yeah, and to see Lerad finally cut loose and actually do violence in a direct way instead of the oh no, this isn't really me. I'm just I'm just a little guy. But instead, yeah, owning up to their power, I guess. Also love Veyron's whole transformation from oh I'm a loner who barely interacts with people into oh I'm the heart and soul of this whole community and yeah that's super great and Leonti just being done with this place and
I
wanting to go.
I was like, I came into the session afraid, like understanding it's we're gonna play it as it lies and see how it goes, but also worried like, is Mark gonna be not playing Leonti in the last session? I don't know, but also I don't want to prevent that from happening. The only thing I and I'm star for me. Thank you, Andesh, for being okay with the
Yeah.
like. I don't get my bloody revenge. Like that was a
No,
star
that's
to
great. I mean that's what Hatchet wanted her revenge. I just wanted to see how things played out.
I just
And
want to jump in and
this
offer
yeah,
that
yeah.
star that I appreciate that. I felt weird not even offering it to you, so that's why I wanted to have that conversation. But I'm really glad
Yeah,
that you
that was
chose
great.
me.
I'm very grateful for the check-in. But yeah, I think this was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Mark, did you have any stars?
Yeah, it was great all around. I really enjoyed seeing like the terribleness of our meeting just go boom with Larod's Maelstrom nuke. Did not. I forgot I had the get out of free move, and so I
Very
was like,
glad
I
you did.
did not know how I was going to get out of there, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. So that all played out amazingly, and just like everyone getting drawn to that was really really good. Um, yeah, bounty hunter sniper in the sky, great to watch all that happen. Love the big gang fight between the Zarek's folks and the droids, and excited that my pretty friend is back and see how that works out.
It's gonna be great. No problems whatsoever. 10 out of 10. Would visit again. Greg, did you have any stars?
I really enjoyed the sort of the aftermath with Hatchet breaking down, the rod there, and Leonti and I, Andrew, we both just were like, yeah, I think it's just done silence. Like, what else do you do, right? And that was a great moment to cut away with there. I really enjoyed I enjoyed the hard move with Veyron and the sniper rifle. It was teeing it up great because I think Zarek was totally banking on like people will get hurt, but Veyron will help these people. And no, that's not going to happen. And it tied in great with the through line of the drugs. And it's yeah, I really enjoyed that sort of inflection point there. And then yes, I agree. It was really great to see Lerod um, do some violence and explain exactly why everyone is a little afraid of the rod. Um, and yeah, no, it was great. Great session.
Excellent. Kay, did you have any stars?
Oh yeah, for sure. I absolutely love cult leader Zarek. Just phenomenal. I love the switch. Yeah, that the little hood like a star. That's so delightful. Absolutely love that. Uh, Undish, I appreciate how well you took because I didn't in brain realized, oh yeah, I'm kind of taking Hatchet's revenge. But I thought that was also like very cinematic in how it happened, and then just like the picture of the Rod watching Hatchet cry, um, not understanding, like great, just like a really great cinematic, and also the fact that like having Hatchet make the choice, like, yeah, you know what, Knuckles is there, but that's not me anymore. Was also just like really great internal character work. I feel like everyone from your characters and how they have shifted. Like I think this may be my favorite episode of this series we've done so far. Uh, Veyroon being such a protector, but then also being paranoid. But then in like that like real moment, we have the flashback and choosing to lift up Larod instead of just like go for themselves, like really shows that sort of switch from that outcast to that angel phenomenally. And I'm also yeah, Rich, thank you for playing Jenny as such an absolute asshole, so that I could have Larod do what I've had Larod say they can do. Like I like the idea that Larod's never done anything this big before. Like people have always known Larod can do little things. They've seen the little things. I don't know if Larod even knew how far it could go, but just like proving that like I've been saying I'm dangerous this whole time. You didn't take me seriously. Oopsie on your part. And also
He
great
went
job,
from
Mark.
Grima Wormtongue to like the Balrog,
The
you know.
Balrog. Yeah. Um, Absolutely. And Mark Alianti, I love how great. Oh, they're on their way. Just give me the thing and I'll leave. Like just getting called out immediately by your pretty friend. Was just really great. I just love Mark that Leonti's now calling the car my pretty friend as well. It's
That was
just
fun.
so good. I could do 1,000,010 more, but I don't want to keep us here. It's a great session.
Steven, did you have any last stars?
I'll just reiterate a lot of them. Like Hatchet's breakdown was fantastic. The destruction that Larod brought upon everyone that wasn't expecting it again was great. And Leonti, just dipping out and being like, "I'm out of here," and where's my gas? I need to fuel up the tank and then hit the streets. And then Zarek, I liked seeing your new move of, frenzy, I think it was.
Yeah.
Seeing you whip up the crowd, because that's something that, you've kind of been doing all along is, hey, we need to, get people together. So it was fun to see. Oh,
Thank you for
and
not.
a
Yeah.
start to the dice because they drove a lot of the action here with how poorly they rolled. Yeah.
Thank you for not choosing Loop as your lieutenant. I was like, oh, but man, I had this already. I even did a Photoshop of Loop as a decradiated, and I did not like it as much as the default picture, so I stuck with that instead. But thank you guys for being okay
Yeah.
with that. It's a really gross, awful, terrible
It's
thing.
that's one of the darker parts of Star Wars.
It is. It
There's a
is. The more
few
I
that
think
it's
about it, the more I'm like, oh
yeah.
my goodness gracious. But I thought, how do I push the envelope with Drini being irrevocably irredeemable? I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
this is a thing that Drini does. Yeah, that was
Yeah, I was close to X-carding that because I really hate the craniated thing. But I thought about it and I felt like, no, this is okay. I
it,
think this
I
is
appreciate it.
like a
It's like,
dark
yeah, it's
enough.
apocalypse
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
and like it just felt, and it's probably I'll probably never use that in any game again. So I'm glad I got away with it. All right, awesome. Thank you all so much. With that, we'll bring the recording to a close.